Failure doesn't care who you are, what you've done, or how hard you've worked. It comes for everyone. But the difference between the ones who make it and the ones who don't, it's not talent. It's not luck. It's not even timing. It's resilience. It's the ability to fall flat on your face, get the wind knocked out of you, and still find the strength to rise. Life will test you, push you, break you, and then dare you to try again. And most people give up just before the breakthrough. They quit because it's easier to hide from pain than to wrestle with it. But if you want something you've never had, you've got to become someone you've never been. You see, failure is a mirror. It reflects back to you all the places that need your attention. Your weaknesses, your blind spots, your limits. And that can be uncomfortable, even painful. But don't shy away from it. Lean into it. Use it, because the truth is comfort zones never made warriors. Struggles shape champions. Every scar, every disappointment, every hard-earned lesson is building you into someone who's unbreakable, someone who's unstoppable. So don't curse your setbacks. Thank them. They're not obstacles in your way, they are the way. People will doubt you. They'll talk about you. Some will even celebrate your failures. Let them. Their opinions don't define your worth. What defines you is how you respond. When the world turns its back, will you collapse? Or will you rise stronger than before? Because here's the truth, no one is coming to save you. No magical moment will make it all easy. It's you versus the excuses, you versus the pain, you versus the voice in your head telling you to quit. And if you want to win, you've got to fight back harder than ever. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Every time you choose to show up when you don't feel like it, you're rewriting your story. And every time you choose growth over comfort, you're becoming the kind of person success can't ignore. So stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop looking for signs. You are the sign. Your breath, your heart still beating. That's proof that you have a purpose. And it's time you stop playing small and start living like you believe it. You're going to fail again. That's a guarantee. But next time, you'll be wiser, stronger, more prepared. Because failure isn't a one-time thing, it's a lifelong companion. But so is progress. So is persistence. And when you keep moving forward, step by painful step, the day will come when you look back and realize that every fall was worth it. Every tear had a purpose, and you wouldn't trade the journey for anything. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, the life you want is waiting on the other side of your fear, your doubt, your failure. So get back up, wipe the dust off, set your soul on fire, and keep moving. You were never meant to stay broken. You were born to rise. Understand this, every legend you've ever admired, every name that echoes through history, they all faced moments where quitting seemed like the only option. But they didn't stop. They didn't let failure define them. They used it as fuel. You have that same fire inside you. You might not feel it now. Maybe you're tired. Maybe life has hit you harder than you thought possible. But hear me. You're still standing. That means the fight isn't over. That means there's more in you than you realize. And sometimes it takes being broken to realize just how strong you are. There's a version of you that's waiting to be unleashed. The version that doesn't flinch in the face of adversity. That doesn't care about approval or validation. The version that knows pain but moves through it anyway. That version isn't born out of comfort. It's born in the fire. When everything falls apart and the world tells you, you can't, that's where transformation begins. So stop wishing things were easier. Instead, wish you were stronger. And then become stronger. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're a force that hasn't fully awakened yet. You've got to stop treating failure like a full stop. It's not. It's a comma, a pause, a necessary break in your story to grow, to rethink, to come back with clarity and purpose. Too many people quit in the middle, never realizing the ending could have been legendary if they just pushed a little further. Don't let that be you. Write the kind of story that makes people believe again. A story that proves that grit beats talent, that heart beats hype, and that the human spirit, when lit with purpose, can move mountains. You'll hear people say, play it safe, be risk it, don't list it. But let me ask you, who built history by being realistic? Who inspired the world by staying safe? The truth is, safety is an illusion. There's risk in everything, risk in chasing your dreams, but also risk in settling. The risk of never knowing what you could have become. So if you're going to gamble, Gamble on yourself. Bet on your growth. Risk being great, because regret is heavier than failure, and missed potential is the loudest ghost you'll ever hear. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to move, to show up, to try again. That's how momentum is built. One imperfect step after another. And eventually, those steps turn into miles. Those miles turn into milestones. But none of it happens if you don't start. Don't wait until you feel ready, because that day may never come. Start scared. Start messy. But start. Because one day, you'll look in the mirror and thank yourself. You'll thank the version of you who refused to stay down, who kept grinding in silence, who chose growth over comfort. And that person will be unstoppable. That person will know that failure wasn't the enemy. It was the crucible. It was the training ground. And you rose through it all, not because it was easy, but because you refused to let it end any other way. There's something dangerous about a person who finds purpose in their pain. When you stop asking, why me? And start asking, what now? You shift from victim to warrior. And warriors don't break. They bend, they bleed, but they keep fighting. Because purpose isn't just a feel-good word. It's not a cute quote on your wall. Purpose is what drags you out of bed when life has kicked you in the teeth. It's what keeps you moving when you've got nothing left but fumes. Purpose is the difference between giving up and going again. But purpose alone isn't enough. You need discipline. Because let's be real, motivation will fail you. Emotion will betray you. Some days you won't feel like showing up. Some days the weight will feel too heavy, the goal too far, the voice of doubt too loud. And that's where discipline steps in. Discipline is loyalty to what you said you'd do. Long after the mood you said it in has faded, it's quiet. It's gritty. It doesn't care how you feel. It only cares that you show up. Day after day, brick by brick, until the foundation is unshakable. You want to build a life you're proud of. Then build it when nobody's clapping. Build it when no one's watching. Build it when your legs are shaking, your voice is trembling, and your heart is heavy. Because that's when it counts. That's when character is forged. Not when it's easy, but when it's brutal. When quitting looks tempting and no one would blame you. That's when the greats rise. Not because they're fearless, but because they're committed. And that commitment becomes unstoppable when it's rooted in purpose. The world doesn't need more comfortable people. It doesn't need more followers, more noise, more surface-level ambition. What the world needs is depth, conviction. People who've been through the fire and came out cleaner, sharper, more focused. People who don't talk about what they're going to do. They just do it, quietly, relentlessly, not for applause, not for likes, but because they must. Because the calling is louder than the fear. Because they've tasted their potential and can't go back to average ever again. If you feel lost, good. That means you're searching. If you feel afraid, good. That means you're close to something meaningful. If you failed, perfect. That means you've dared to try. Keep going. Don't look back. Burn the boats. Erase the backup plan. There's nothing behind you worth returning to. It's all ahead. All the greatness, all the glory, all the growth. It's waiting for you to decide that you're done playing small, that you're done shrinking for comfort, that you're done living like your dreams are optional. Your life is not a rehearsal. This is the main event. Every hour wasted in hesitation is time stolen from your greatness. And make no mistake, you do have greatness in you. Not because of what you've achieved, but because of what you've endured. You've made it this far. You've already survived the worst days of your life. That means something. That means there's more in you than the world can see right now. So rise up, lock in, show the world and yourself who you really are.